Dear children, welcome to the last session of General Knowledge Evaluation 2 for Geography section. Today we are going to study about physiographic divisions of India. When we say physiographic divisions or physical features, we mean the land, the plateaus, the mountains, the river, the vegetation, the climate. In other words, on the earth's surface, whichever things natural we are able to see and feel, these things are called as physiographic divisions. Altogether in India, we have variety of physical features. The very first division we have the Himalayan Mountains. Second, followed by that is Northern Plain. After that, we have another big physiographic division, that is Peninsular Plateau. We have some parts of deserts also. Yes, we also have the coastal plains. And yes, we also have very beautiful island groups also. Let's explore all of them one by one. This is the physical features map of India. In this particular map, you will see the northern side of completely of our country is shaded darkly. That means this is an elevated part, and as we all are aware, these sides are covered, or completely this side is covered with the mountainous ranges. And yes, these are the Himalayan mountains, correct. Below that, if you will see, we see the completely light shaded region, and that is Northern Plain. Towards the west part of India, you will see the Great Indian Deserts, which we also called as the Thar Deserts. The central India, you are having a lightly shaded again some regions, and this is the plateau. Western coastal and eastern coastal, that is the coastal regions. These are the sea beaches and all. And at the last, we have the Lakshadweep Islands and the Andaman Nicobar Islands. Let's begin with the very first Himalayan mountains. Himalayas are basically having three ranges: Himadri, Himachal and Shivaliks. That means Himadri, the very much highest, or this is the very first range I should say, which is the tallest, like highest range it is, which is always covered with snow. After that we get Himachal. The second range is called as Himachal. Himachal, which is covered with most of the beautiful hill stations. And finally, we are having the last range. These are Shivaliks. The very first range, Himadri. It is the most continuous range, and it is known for the loftiest peaks. Average height 6,000 meters. Most of the Indian Himalayan peaks are located over here, like Kanchenjunga, Mount Everest, so many. These are not continuous in the sense we cannot draw a proper picture or a proper triangle for any of the mountain peak over here. As you can see at the back in the image, the peaks are asymmetrical. This particular range is perennially snowbound, and there are number of glaciers which come down from here. Now you know what are glaciers? Glaciers are the ice rivers. World's highest peak, Mount Everest, is also located here. And the India's highest peak from Himalaya, even that is located in Himadri, that is Kanchenjunga. And we have another highest peak of India, which is lying in the Karakoram range, that also is located above Himalayas, which is known as K2. The next part of Himalaya is Himachal. This range is next to Himadri. The height of this is 3,700 meters to 4,500 meters. It is famous for various valleys. As we are aware, Kashmir Valley, Kangra Valley, Kulu Valley. Likewise, this range is famous for hill stations. The last range, that is the outermost range, that is Shivaliks. Height-wise, this range is lesser than Himadri and Himachal. This is made up of generally the sediment, that is the soil which is brought by the rivers. The next part of the physical feature is the northern plain. All the rivers from Himalayas, they come down in the plain land and they deposit their fertile soil in this, in which your Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal, all these states are covered. This plain is made out of three river systems. It is the work of Indus, river Ganga and river Brahmaputra. You will see over here how these are the states covered by the northern plain. Its total area, that is 7 lakh square kilometer, and the total length 2400 kilometer. This region is very much populated because it is agriculturally very productive and because it is having favorable climate also and enough water supply. The third physiographic divisions, as you can see, this is the Peninsular Plateau. There is a line in between, this is none other than but river Narmada. River Narmada is dividing the Peninsular Plateau into two different parts. The northern part is Central Highlands and the southern part is the Deccan Plateau. Central Highlands, as you can see, in the center of India, this is a slightly elevated but a tabletop land. That means which is elevated but it is flat on the top surface. Now Central Highlands, north of river Narmada it is located, and the main plateau here is Malwa Plateau. And on the eastern side it is also called as Bundelkhand and Baghelkhand. And you have one more extension, that is Chota Nagpur Plateau. This region is covered by the river Damodar. This is the river Damodar. Next part is the Deccan Plateau. Deccan Plateau, a triangular landmass. Again, it is a plateau land. This is lying south of river Narmada. And as you can see over here, there are mountain ranges on its both the sides, even from all sides. They are Western Ghats, Eastern Ghats, Satpuras, Vindhyas, likewise. This range or this particular plateau is getting extended till Meghalaya. We begin with the next part, that is the deserts. We all are aware the sandy deserts of India. They are also called as Thar Deserts, located in Rajasthan. These are the deserts which we are familiar with. In this Thar Desert, we have one very famous lake which is called as Sambar Lake, and this is a saltwater lake. Because of very high temperature and the constant evaporation, there are lots and lots of salts which have gathered at its bottom, and as a result the water of this lake has become salty, and because of this lake is used for making salt. These are the various types of features which we found in deserts. This type of feature they are called as sand dunes. We also have such kind of features, they are called as barkhans. Moving to the next section, they are coastal plains. Coastal regions, it means near the seashore, which some of you might have also visited as the sea beaches like Mumbai, Konkan, Goa, Kerala. These are all the parts of coastal plains. We have two types of coastal plains, western coastal plain and eastern coastal plain. As it is shown over here, just see how narrow they are. Now these coastal plains are named differently in different parts. As you will see, in Maharashtra and all, they are called as Konkan coast. As we move towards the Karnataka, they are Kannad coast or Kannad coast. And in Kerala, they are known as Malabar coast. Whereas on the eastern side, the Tamil Nadu region and Andhra Pradesh region is called as Coromandel coast, and the upper part, Odisha and all, they are known as Northern Sircar coast. Now the western coastal plains, they start from Gujarat and they end at Kerala. They are narrow, and these are the plains which are included in this. We have then the Eastern coastal plain. The eastern coastal plains, they start from Tamil Nadu and they are there till West Bengal. There are two types or two regions, Northern Sircar and the Coromandel coast. Eastern coastal plain is very famous because here only we are having another very big saltwater lake, that is Lake Chilika. We start with island groups. Island groups of India, they are two. One, Lakshadweep Islands, which are there in the Arabian Sea, and the another one we have Andaman and Nicobar, which is located in the Bay of Bengal. These are the Lakshadweep Islands. They are Lakshadweep, that means many, and the islands. These are the group of islands actually. They are of coral origin. Now coral, these are the microscopic organisms are these, and these corals, they have formed these islands. It is the smallest land. Kavarati is its headquarter also. Lakshadweep, it is totally made up of 36 coral islands and the total area is 32 square kilometer. These are the various types of island. In this we find these are atolls, that means completely circular, or the horseshoe type of coral reefs also we found here. The next group of island, that is Andaman and Nicobar, which is located in the Arabian Sea, in the Bay of Bengal. The northern islands, these are Andaman Islands, which is also having its headquarter, that is Port Blair. And the southern part of these islands, they are the Nicobar Islands. India is also having the volcano, and this volcano is found in Andaman and Nicobar Islands, which is known as Barren Island, as nobody stays over there. Andaman and Nicobar Islands are basically the mountain ranges which are present under the sea. But we cannot see the bottom part, but we can only see their upraised part. So they are also the submerged mountains. Andaman and Nicobar, as it is receiving very heavy rainfall, it is very much rich in its flora and fauna, that is plants and animals. We find variety, and the climate here is very hot and very humid also. So these all were the physical features of India. At last, we will be studying our neighboring countries also. Let's see our neighboring countries. Towards the north, we are having our neighboring countries as China, Nepal and Bhutan. These are on the northern side. On the eastern side, we have Bangladesh and Myanmar. Whereas on the western side, we have Pakistan as our neighboring country and even Afghanistan, because very small land boundary we are sharing with it. We also have Sri Lanka as our neighboring country, and even Maldives are also the island groups which are there as our southern neighboring countries. This is where we end with our geography section for evaluation to general knowledge. Thank you.